Cristiano Ronaldo's departure from Manchester United hit us all really hard. Even celebrities weren't able to escape from this disappointment. That's right, even Usain Bolt opened up about how sad it was to see the legend go. In today's video, we'll be talking all about what Bolt felt about Ronaldo's departure. Stay tuned as we get into the details of this and talk about much more. First up, let's briefly go over Ronaldo's departure from Man U. We all know that Ronaldo was the most important and celebrated player when it came to Manchester United's roster, but last month he left the club by mutual consent, which was followed by a pretty explosive interview in which he dropped some revelations about the club and criticized its owners. The decision came after a difficult season at the club, where the Portugal captain wasn't too happy about the way things were progressing. Now that it's finalized that Ronaldo won't be part of Manchester United anymore, the 8-time Olympic gold medal winner, United supporter, and big-time Ronaldo fan Usain Bolt has opened up about how he feels about the entire thing. When talking about it, he said it was awfully sad to see the legend leave the club, as he had played a very important role over the years, especially in the last season. According to Bolt, it was actually Ronaldo who kept the team in the Premier League during the previous season, and honestly, we don't think he's wrong. If you caught the games, you probably saw that often it was only Ronaldo who scored and earned the points. Now with him gone, it's a difficult position for the teams to be in. Moving on, Bolt understands why the soccer legend had to leave. We honestly don't know who would be so stubborn and stupid to let Ronaldo go, but for some reason, that's the direction Manchester United decided to go in. When talking about their unfortunate falling out, the Olympic legend said that whatever was happening made him very sad, but the thing is that a lot was going on behind the scenes which not many people knew about, so it was important for everyone to stay supportive of the player and cheer on in whatever decision he makes. He went on to say that he was a huge fan of Cristiano Ronaldo and that he wished him good luck on his journey. Well, that's definitely very sweet of him, and what's more is that we're sure that Ronaldo was very grateful for the sprinter's kind words. It's not every day the world's fastest man praises you in front of the entire world. That's definitely a moment to remember forever. Following up, here's what Bolt thinks of the troubles going on at Manchester United. The legend's departure came at a very controversial time in the club. Fans are already coming down on the Glazer family and their potential sale. Bolt thinks that things in the club have been going up and down ever since Alex Ferguson left the club. What was really shocking for him was the fact that the club was still in old age when it came to technology. He also thinks that nothing much was being done to help the players improve, so such problems were bound to emerge. But how can they solve them? Bolt thinks that getting new owners would help the team a lot. It is time for the club to redevelop itself, and maybe a fresh set of eyes would be able to do just that. Next, why did Cristiano Ronaldo leave the club? The Ronaldo and Manchester United relationship was already hanging by a few threads, but things really took a turn for the worse when the champ decided to come out and do an explosive interview where he exposed all the deceits and problems he'd been subjected to. The interview very much made it clear that the 37-year-old forward wouldn't settle for anything less than a transfer. And well, soon after this, the club issued a statement saying that the player would be leaving with immediate effect. Ronaldo, while talking about his club boss, Erik ten Hag, said that he didn't have any respect for him as the club boss didn't show him any respect. He further went on to say that he felt betrayed and oftentimes even felt like he was being pushed out. He also had a lot to say about the extremely unpopular owners of the team, the US-based Glazer family. Apparently, they hardly have put any investment that would work in favor of the team. Moving on, where might Ronaldo be headed next? Much like Bolt, all Ronaldo fans are currently wondering where their favorite might end up next. Of course, Ronaldo is practically the face of the sport at the moment, so it's safe to say that he's going to be fending off offers for quite some time now. Right now, he's in Qatar trying to win the World Cup for his country, but when he comes back, we probably can expect an absolute answer from the legend. From what we know, currently, Al Nassr FC, the Saudi Arabian club, he allegedly made the player a sweet offer of $333 million. Yikes, that's going to be hard to say no to. Apart from that, he might move towards Chelsea, a move that's been hinted at by the British media, towards the end of Ronaldo's last troubled season with Manchester United. Interestingly, the player is only going to be available for 3 more years. He's currently 37 years old and plans on retiring at the age of 40. That's all we have for Usain Bolt's take on Cristiano Ronaldo leaving Manchester United. Now let's take a look at Usain Bolt at his peak. We all know that Usain Bolt is fast, that's practically a well-established fact, but for some reason, our jaws drop with shock every single time we see the man run on the track. And despite the fact that he retired 5 years ago, the man's still fondly remembered by everyone. Usain Bolt still holds the record when it comes to the men's 100 and 200 meter sprints. Now that's something, isn't it? No one has come close to breaking his records, and from the looks of it, we won't see anyone beat his numbers anytime soon. What's more is that Bolt was perhaps the most important part of the 4x100 meter relay team that was probably the best in the history of relay teams ever. While participating in the 2012 Olympics, the Jamaican team set an awe-striking world record of 36.84 seconds. That's just plain wow. Not to mention Bolt's legendary 150 meter run. Now, no other race might not be able to do complete justice to Usain Bolt and his unnatural abilities, but this one comes pretty close. And get this, it's also considered one of his most underrated achievements. On the rainy streets of Manchester in 2009, Bolt showed the crowd in attendance just what he was capable of. This race took place on a makeshift track built in the streets of mid-Manchester. Honestly, we're super jealous of the people who were present at the race, just inches away from history being made. Bolt ended up completing 150 meters in just 14.35 seconds, resulting in the fastest time in which anyone had finished a 150 meter sprint ever. And just a few months later, the man ended up setting two big-time records for the 100 meters and 200 meters in Berlin in 2010. But his 2009 race has been termed the fastest race in history. Lastly, here's more on the fastest race ever. Let's look at the stats to see what the race really amounted to. Get ready to have your socks knocked off because this race was extremely powerful. It was calculated that his unbelievable performance in the streets of Manchester led to a speed of 23.88 meters per hour for the 150 meters he ran. But what about his next races in Berlin? That one saw him reaching average speeds of 23.35 meters per hour in the 100 meter sprint and then 23.31 meters per hour in the 200 meter sprint. Now, these are by no means any inferior numbers. In fact, no sprinter has been able to reach them yet, but this just makes Bolt's fastest race all the more shocking. The man was basically running at the speed of light. This just makes his name highly appropriate. A video of his race has been going around the internet, and it perfectly sums up just how amazingly powerful the man was at the peak of his career. Come on guys, his second best score is much better than what people achieve at the peak of their careers. The legend opened the race and whooshed past the first 100 meters in just 9.91 seconds, and basically, he flew for the remaining 50 meters. If it hadn't been documented by a camera present at the event, we would have honestly thought that this was just a myth. That's a wrap for this video, folks. What are your thoughts on Ronaldo leaving Manchester United? Do you agree that we won't see anyone as fast as Usain Bolt walk the earth again? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. See you in the next one with the latest updates.